All right, it is day 3 of the March of the Machine story, and we've gotten a lot of cool stuff. I'm going to do these in probably 2 parts. The first of the 2 stories takes place on Ikoria, following Vivian and the refugees from Dranith, the city that all the humans live on Ikoria, as they're being chased down by Lukka. And Lukka is terrifying. His whole thing has evolved from just being a guy who booped a rhino in the face and became, a Phyrexian, to his ability to absorb all life and create a giant monstrosity that he is riding as a mech almost. These are giant monsters being absorbed into his flesh. This is his actual body. The story specifically follows Jarina Kudra leading the refugees through the blue-white-red faction area of Ikoria, trying to get to the volcano-protected lava base. Lava fall, I think is what it's called. But basically, they're all really tired and they're being hunted by something. In the meantime, Vivian is setting up traps with Cheval, working to create a bunch of landmines to stop what's hunting them. This is revealed to be Lukka, and it's monstrosity. He's a monstrosity. He's a giant thing. He's fighting off dinosaurs as they're running away from them. He eventually falls into the trap. They start exploding, and he takes a few of the different traps. Stuff gets exploded, things shoot him. He absorbs an entire Vantasaur, just showing the massive size that he is. But in the end, he defeats all of Cheval's forces, swiping them away, absorbing them into his body, and they end up being defeated. After this defeat, Vivian, in frustration, shoots 2 arrows into the sky, basically signaling that they lost. This cuts back to Jarina, who is fighting off some minor Phyrexian-ized beasts from the plain. One really important thing that we hear here: a Tigorilla that's bonded with one of the people in her group shows that they can create crystalline structures to protect and heal themselves from the Phyrexian infection. You can see oil splattering off of it. I'm unsure if this is an actual Tigorilla or just another beast artwork using that same effect, because I feel like a Tigorilla has to be a gorilla half tiger thing, right? But after surviving that, she sees Vivian's arrows, realizes that they are being hunted now by Lukka and there's nothing stopping them, and comes up with a different idea. They veer to a different path that seems, her lieutenants are like, this is dangerous, this doesn't go where we're trying to go. And she's like, shut the fuck up, we're going this way, this is the only way we have a chance of surviving. At that point, they are going through the cavern. They're just hearing the womp, womp, womp of Lukka stumbling after them. And they arrive through this basically really tight pathway into this open area where nowhere to go. And that's when Lukka shows up. Vivian, who's been following them, hunting down Lukka, trying to follow, see what she can do, gets there eventually. And I forgot to mention this, but earlier when Vivian was fighting Lukka and they are still trying to defeat him, she summoned a actual Collosal Dreadmaw, and the Dreadmaw fights Lukka. Lukka does win, but we did get an actual in-story appearance, officially confirmed, of Collosal Dreadmaw in this story, which I think the internet can collectively agree is based as fuck. So Vivian is going over the mountain versus through the hard pathway, following in Lukka's path, eventually gets there, seeing Lukka arriving to just start massacring all of these refugees. And that's when we realize that we are actually in the lair of Vadrock, the apex of thunder. Vadrock swoops in, starts just about to go after the refugees, and then sees Lukka, just immediately starts wrecking Lukka. Has the crystalline structures on Vadrock, but also being able to use its blue flame breath that has rumors to be able to erase the existence of things in the world. We get these 2 colossal titans, Vadrock versus Lukka. Lukka is able to get a hit in, but really is basically just being outclassed. Vivian is trying to shoot at Lukka to kind of get her arrows into his body now that they try and get the body exposed, but can't get an angle on him. We hear a loud crunch sound, and we see that Vadrock has been able to grab Lukka in Vadrock's mouth, proving that Vadrock is best boy, and Vivian starts about to fire him, and it doesn't even matter because Vadrock is just I'm just gonna breathe fire on this dude, and just crunch. And Lukka dies. That is the end to Lukka. I don't know if we knew this, but we also find out that Lukka and Jarina Kudra were meant to, be married. They were fiance, but that's no longer true. So Vadrock, Vivian kill Lukka. We do learn a few things, obviously, that the monsters of Ikoria are evolving rapidly enough to be able to defend themselves against Lukka. We saw Lukka's power suite, which was just to absorb creatures, which is also very Ikoria. Ikoria is such a cool plane. More Ikoria, please, wizards. But at a minimum, we got Vadrock messing stuff up, Vivian shooting a Dreadmaw at someone, and what felt like a Land Before Time reference with an imposing Vantasaur falling into an oily destructionness that was horrifying, to be honest. I haven't read the Strixhaven story yet, but that's the next one, so that'll be the next video. I do appreciate up to this point that we're starting to see just each of the planes being able in some way to fight off Phyrexian in some way, right? Ikoria is evolving to be able to protect themselves against it. On New Capenna, we're seeing that Halo is offering specific resistances to them. I don't think it's going to be enough, but it's definitely a start to the process of being able to fight Phyrexia off. The infection is not unbeatable.